Greetings, my loyal subjects of the Imperium. It is I, and I am back with another reaction to, of course, the Emperor's text-to-speech device. Oh boy, this series is getting better and better every flippin' day. So, last time, Magnus is happy. There's something going on in the forces of chaos. We have begun the search for the missing for all my sons. And now today we're also going to learn about the Tau. So, yeah, this should be interesting. So, why am I sitting here talking about this? Let's get this video started in 3, 2, 1, and play. Something is happening. What do you think's going on, Koa? Are those Mechanicus markings? It is the Adeptus Mechanicus.
Is here.
Do not keep your hopes up, Megoscrus. Remember what happened the last time we tried finding it on a penal world.
Oh yes, I remember. They launched you out of a cannon.
Hair. You could say that you pierced the heavens.
I am not sure who the hell you think I am, but if you persist in making stupid jokes, you better believe in me that believe that you lying dead on the ground, the whole straight for your fucking cranium, is better than you standing here, wasting oxygen. Besides, we have to find this STC, or alternatively, the Omniseeker Pyre.
Well, actually, I cannot see any STC around here, but that giant pillar certainly looks peculiar.
How so?
By the Omnisire, this is ancient technology.
Is that a giant subwoofer?
Over there.
Cypher?
I am part of seasoned legends. Upon the eve of great celebration, mankind would tread these planets, jumping around like idiots as the repeated patterns of sound blasting out of these pillars. They also injected copious amounts of drugs.
Sounds like what the Fabricator General does all the time.
We must send for more depths. We have a lot of work in front of us.
Giant subwoofers and Cypher doing whatever Cypher does.
Well, I've sent to wait the message telling the Ultramarines about their second mission now. Hopefully you'll be with them in spirit on their new conquest.
I'd rather not. Their obnoxious chanting just worsens my eternal headache.
Well, maybe no discussion about something will ease your splintered mind, my lord. I'm open to talk about anything.
I would be too, but let's not forget what happened last time you said that. Try and keep to subjects that won't make me want to destroy the entire galaxy with my transcendent bowel movements.
Sure.
Transcendent bowel movements.
How about you tell me about those Xeno creatures that you mentioned back when we read those revolting questions? Toa, or whatever their name was.
Can I not say that I did?
Are you defying me?
No. Maybe. It's just. You said not to talk about things that would cause explosive warp farts and.
I would like to remind you, young man, that I'm the motherfucking Emperor, and that defying my subject matter of the day will have you be selected as the target for the Seek and Destroy mission during the next Blood Games. Your custodian brothers will have a pleasing high time chasing you around.
Oh, Emperor.
And I'm going to presume the destroy part is something they particularly enjoy.
Please, no.
Oh no.
Again.
There's something they will be destroying with those throbbing guardian spears. Am I right?
I thought you were supposed to be charismatic while persuading people to obey you.
I am. because I know you secretly like this.
Okay, we are stopping right here. The guardsman just dropped dead. Time to make a 180 and drastically change the subject.
Well, stop whining, and tell me about these tar Xenos then.
Fair enough, my lord. The Tau are a race of naive, blue-grey, fish-like people with a vagina on their forehead and giant, stupid, toy-looking war gear with no skull ornaments on at all and weaponry that makes pathetic pew-pew sounds when fired.
Right. Care to elaborate?
Yeah.
Must I? Well,
Do it.
during the 35th millennium, some fucking explorators from the Adeptus Mechanicus were flying around the empty void of the eastern fringes of the galaxy for no reason. Then they found some world filled with primitive fucking Xenos that only used rocks as weapons, which, for the record, is still a lot more aesthetically pleasing than what they've got going on today. These no-nose fish fappers split themselves into 4 different factions or whatever that represented the only resources they had in that little rock of theirs, which were water, earth, fire, and air. These factions constantly fought like skinny, mist-coloured orcs with mental issues for no reason. Then at some point, another faction came along out of nowhere which called themselves the Ethereals. They said to the Tau, "Hey, you should stop throwing rocks at each other, you fucking idiots." And the other Tau said, "Oh yeah, I didn't really think of that." So then they became the ethereal slaves for no reason, started to build all kinds of stupid shit, and then decided to go and try some space conquering, which they've barely done any of, since they're still sitting way up east rolling their fucking no, they don't even have thumbs. So, to sum it all up, they're a small Xenos race with scary toy guns that kidnap gullible guardsmen and cut their balls off for no reason. They are completely redundant in any threat record, and I am sick to death of them being brought up all the time, because there's never any fucking reason to!
Damn, calm down, son.
Yeah, easy boy.
Shit, you are starting to sound like your father.
I'm sorry, my lord.
So humans tend to leave the Imperium to go and join the Xenos Empire, correct?
Yes, but it's not only humans. The Tau have gotten a shitload of other minuscule and important Xenon races to join them as well. Just like a gang of creepy old hobos in a hive city, they lure in others with promises of deeds performed for the greater good, never really specifying what the greater good is, nor why they keep moaning about it as they force you to go deep inside their own pocket domain, where you can never hope to escape once inside.
I am genuinely sickened when you put it into these contexts. I hope all this repressed anger isn't from some pseudo-weird first-hand experience.
I'd rather not say. Now, my Emperor, could you please order me to send an immediate death warrant onto these foul creatures that we can mobilize all forces we've got and destroy them before they populate more planets with their cringeworthy ways?
Well, if you put it like that.
Hold it right there, Father. Do not let him brainwash you so easily. Or, do you still have a brain, actually?
Not sure. I'll have to ask someone.
Yeah, that's a good question.
I hope it is. Where else am I going to store all my glorious fourth wall-breaking punts?
Brainwashing? Really? You're complaining about brainwashing?
For looking like a yellow submarine, there seems to be a distinct lack of intelligent life living inside your head.
Oh.
That's fucking hilarious.
Youch.
Of course a Chaos Worshipper is going to side with the fucking Xenos.
I'm taking the side of reason in this debate, and my reason is telling me that you are very biased in this discussion.
No, I'm not. I'm just telling the truth.
The truth about how the Tower are a race of creepy old vagina-faced hobos that exist for no reason.
Exactly!
Father, do not listen to him. While I do not appreciate the existence of these Xenos myself, what with their distinctive disconnection to the warp and the disrespect they have for arcane knowledge, I can tell you that these creatures could do more good for you than bad, if handled correctly.
Is
How so?
that so? Then tell me, how would they benefit my goals?
Maybe we can get the Mechanicus to turn them to servitors and then have them develop disk drive technology on their foreheads, and that way they can actually be of some fucking use to the galaxy.
The Tau have surpassed us in our current state, and many technological fields in but the span of 6,000 years. They are an open-minded and fairly naive race, always open to the suggestion of more allies joining their empire. While their leaders are oppressive and tyrannical, they are but small, cuddly teddy bears in comparison to the bureaucratic puppeteers of the Imperium or the iron-handed maniacs of chaos.
At least those guys don't cut people's balls off or rip out people's ovaries. Seriously!
You must be as naive as the Tau if you don't believe that mankind is just as capable of such atrocities. Your Imperium has forced gelding onto more than a few innocent people, I bet, what with all those inquisitorial sterilization camps. As for chaos, well, Slanesh has a weird sense of humor.
Alright, fine, you got me on that one.
I think that with the use of your powerful charisma, you could manipulate these Xenos into working for you. which would more than likely aid in the recovery, or at the very least further the lifespan of this rotting Imperium of yours.
Didn't you mention that they had no presence in the warp? How am I supposed to use my charisma when I can bolster it with my psychic strength?
No, they do have a presence in the warp, but it is very small. I think an overwhelming presence such as mine or yours would still be able to affect them.
My lord, I beg of you, do not listen to this possessed traitor. The Tau fight only for their ideology, enslaved by the Ethereals and control them through pheromones like they're some kind of horny rodents. They only fight for their greater good.
Well, what if I use my powers to become their greater good?
But, my lord...
No buts. I'd prefer at least one of you custodians to keep your armor on.
What?
Never mind, just shut up and do what I say.
Seriously, my lord, they're Xenos.
As long as they are under regulation, and they do not interfere with mankind, it is all right.
They have whips-worthy weaponry with no skulls or holy symbols on them.
As long as they serve the Imperium and only fire upon those who wish to destroy us, it is all right.
But they have a socio-economic philosophy that promotes a completely classless living where every individual works for the betterment of it all, but in actuality, it's the present dictatorship based around the Ethereal's well-being.
As long as everyone is treated well and fairly in the conjoined Imperium, where there will be no need for retarded and corrupt political systems, and the Ethereals will be under my direct control. It's all right.
But the
I would-
whole
yeah, I
world
think it'll
goes
let-
into sterile base dwelling Towlers that only ever draw nude pictures that they use as Tau propaganda.
As long as I'm not shown any of that eye-watering Xenology futanary slash tier 4 garbage, it's all right.
What?
I'm sorry, what?
They can't even fight in melee!
I'm sorry, but what did you just say?
The Tau
I'm sorry, what?
are a cowardly race that only fire upon their enemies from far, never engaging in any form of melee combat.
Is this true, Magnus?
Well, yes.
That is absolutely disgraceful.
Oh crap, I'm sorry about it now. Oh well, I said it now, so I'm still here. We might as well make the best out of this situation.
Now, Father, let's not be hasty here.
How can they not fight in glorious hand-to-hand, face-to-face combat with their adversaries like all true champions of the battle?
Yes! Seriously, what is wrong with you? You're close with a sword!
What's more, they're also all physically weak and pathetic. They seriously make drones do all the laborious tasks for them and have the technology to make giant robot suits, but they only ever use those suits to carry bigger guns and not to fight in close quarters. Seriously, what is the fucking point in making a giant robot controlled by your own limbs if you're not going to use it to punch the shit out of things?
Sometimes you just want to get up close and smack a bitch!
In addition, they use other Xenos that they enslaved to fight in melee battles for them, making them into meat shields and then they put to Garston.
This revelation fills you with more disgust and spite than a sister of silence being thrown into a pile of feeding tendrils.
That's what I've been trying to say. They cower at rage, hide behind their big boxy mech units, just shooting at the enemy like they're on some kind of firing line.
As much as I love snipers, occasionally I like to get close.
For a race that doesn't even have the fucking decency to fight you in melee combat, which is the most honourable method of combat. How the fuck can they claim to be when they won't even pick up a sharpened piece of fucking metal to shank you with? Like, that's not actually honourable at all. That's you get what the fuck I'm talking about.
I can
Yes!
only associate myself with such dishonorable creatures. If they want to join the Imperium of Man, they better bring some fucking chain katanas or something.
My lord, I will personally take my halberd and go on a crusade to the Tyrells myself, and I will shove it down the throats of every single one of their pathetic fucking hides, drowning them in their own blood for your glory, my lord!
Father, are you really sure this reasoning is, sound?
Shut your fucking mouth, you tongue of discounted ketchup!
That's 1-to-1 so far.
Yeah, one to wow.
From the best.
Damn straight.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go back to my damn room. But what's Imperial Curse in your fuck?
Hey, can I actually tell you a funny story about the tower we're at in?
Oh, I do love me some good story time.
Not too long ago, the Tau were fighting the Tyranids. They feared this enemy and desperately looked for allies since, as we know, the Tau can't fight their own fucking battles. But then they were contacted by the Dark Eldar that offered them help. Since the Tau were so desperate, they accepted the alliance and both factions fought together side by side against the Tyranids. After that, however, the Dark Eldar leader came to the Tau leader and told them that they wanted a prize for his help, which was 77 Tau from each caste, including 7 Ethereals, as a cultural exchange, as they called it. The Tau, in all their naivety, agreed to send the Tau ambassadors on their way. Later, they fought against the second wave of Tyrians, but this time the Dark Elder had some special forces with them that they called grotesques, which were big hulking beasts that moaned in suffering as they fought. Later, when the battle was over, the Tau managed to find out that these grotesques apparently were the Tau ambassadors from the cultural exchange. The Tau were kind of upset by this, even if they were the ones who willingly sent their brethren along with the spiky, super-sadistic-looking drug dealers. In response to this, the Tau would take the Dark Elder's ships, but as they fired upon them, they realized that the ships weren't actually there anymore. Later, when the Tau forces went back to the planet they were defending in the first place, they discovered that the Dark Elder had super-pillaged the entire planet and left it completely barren. All Tau civilians, buildings, and presumably plants taken to the Dark Eldar realm of Colorado to become subject to incredibly kinky shit, possibly involving precision knives, drugs, and nail clippers.
You would think that anyone would assume that a cultural exchange with a species that looked like completely cracked up BDSM enthusiasts would be a bad idea.
Yeah!
Maybe if
that's a red.
something
There's a lot of red flags that pop
would
up.
have been a fucking problem.
Always makes for an entertaining story.
I just remembered something.
Where you left your Ouija board.
Even better, there is one Tau warrior who rejected the oppressive rule of the Ethereals and actually uses his giant robot armor to wield the devastating warp-powered sword.
Everything you just said sounded pretty damn worthy of my attention.
I am listening. Please don't.
Commander Carfreight, or whatever his name is.
Commander Farsight, yes. Not only is he known for wrecking a large number of orcs in close combat, but he formed a breakaway colony from the main Tau region known as the Farsight Enclave. Apparently, he didn't appreciate having his troops lobotomized by the Ethereal, so presumably he decided to go and do his own thing.
Interesting. Tell me more about this Cartfreight character.
Yeah, please.
This sounds fun. Perhaps we could make a cheesy animated Holovid series about him and his adventures and fill it to the brim with my kind of Imperial propaganda. Yes. The begun of a new Legion's plan has only just begun.
Yeah, that might just work.
To change subject matter to something that lessens my episode and title headache.
Oh no.
That something so vile and abominable could happen to the most sacred of the world in the galaxy. It's absolutely disgusting. The Order Custodium has obviously not done their job very well. And there's one more reason for me to have traveled here.
Hey, don't worry, Fyodor. At least we still have each other. And not only that, but a shitload of Inquisitors from across the galaxy as well. But even now, I still don't have those damn sandpaper cigarettes.
You need help, bro.
Seriously, what the f-
We are going to have to do what would be considered by the ignorant to be the most heretical thing anyone has ever done since the horrid days of the Horus Heresy. However, with the God Emperor as my witness, it will instead be the most pure and noble thing anyone has ever done for the Imperium.
Now that's the spirit, Fyodor. I mean, look at all the Ordos here.
Note to
Like,
self,
there's the Ordo of
never.
Spartacus and Xenos, and their chamber militia, of course. And then we got the Ordo Aegis, the Ordo Barbarus, the Ordo Custodium, as you mentioned, the Ordo Astartes, the Ordo Sanctorum, the Ordo Redactus, the Ordo Necros, the Ordo Scriptorium, the Ordo Militarium, the Ordo Sicarius, the Ordo Vigilus, the Ordo Regionalis, the Ordo Asper, the Ordo Thanatos, the Ordo Machinum, the Ordo Subitorium, the Ordo Thessalatus, the Ordo Scriptus, the Ordo Obscurus, the Ordo Arduus, the Ordo Otis, the Ordo Alphus, the Ordo Originocharacterus, and even the Ordo Chronos. Heck, why the hell isn't there an Ordo Sandpaper Cigarette? Why? I really need a Sandpaper Cigarette.
All of us, men and women of the Emperor's Eternal
What just happened?
will charge Eternity Gate and the Imperial Palace to find whoever sent this message. We will save the Imperium from the vile and corrupted who have deeply entrenched themselves in the planet's most holy spaces. Guilt creeps into the most unexpected, which just further shows that there's no such thing as innocence. And we are here to bring them their judgment.
Hey, Fyodor, you should just preach them to death.
Be quiet, Dominic.
Like I was saying, note to self, never make an inquisition. Well, that happened. God, yeah. I know, like, I've always said, like, I appreciate and like snipers, but every now and then you need to get up close and just start smacking me. Because occasionally, it just needs to happen.
We are the soldiers, the legion of light. We are the center to death of the sun.
Well, that ends that. Alright, well, thank you everyone for watching. This was a whole lot of fun. And plus 10 bucks I can work with those with the towel that broke off with Commander First. Yeah, that could work. Put that in my notebooks, yeah. Oh boy. Man, remind me never to really look into the towel because they sound fucking weird. Alright. Well, I guess that ends it for this video. So, oh boy, I can't wait to see what episode 16 has in store for us. So, until the next video, you know who I am, I know who you are. I will see you all in the next video. Come on, Koa. Let's go figure out what we need to do about the Imperium. I mean, come on. Maybe I should look into Commander Farsight. If I have anybody like that in my community. It's possible. It's just possible. Or maybe not. Who knows?